What is up, you guys? This is Heath, Anthony, and Carlos with the MalcoCast. Thank you very much for tuning in, as always. Today we are talking about something that has been lighting up the internet and all of the news wires, and that is that MGK, Machine Gun Kelly, just totally disrespect Slipknot during a concert. And this thing has been highly amusing, and I think it's funny. At the same time, it's pissed a lot of people off. But before we get into that, we want to make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell so that you do not miss any of the MalcoCast uploads that we do. What is going on, Heath and Anthony? How's your day going today?
What's up, everyone?
What's up, Carlos? What's up, Heath? What's up, everyone? How are you guys?
Doing well here. About to talk about a little bit of some Slipknot drama with MGK. So essentially what happened, guys, and if you guys don't know what happened, these two bands, Slipknot and MGK, were at Riot Fest. It's a concert. And they were both closing the show on different stages. So what essentially happened was that during his set, MGK basically said to his audience, and I quote, "Hey, you want to know what I'm really happy?" Excuse me, let me try that again. I can't read today. "Hey, you want to know what I'm really happy that I'm not doing? Being 50 years old and wearing a fucking weird mask on a fucking stage." Obviously, he was referring to Slipknot, who was closing the show on a different stage. And the internet has been having a field day with this. So, Twitter being Twitter and everybody being on Twitter, including MGK, went on his Twitter account and posted this message. "Corey did a verse for a song on Tickets to My Downfall album. It was fucking terrible, so I didn't use it. He got mad about it and talked shit to a magazine about the same album he was almost on. Y'all stories are all off. Just admit he's bitter." Wow. So here we have two bands, one who used to be a rapper, now a pop star, one who's always been just like a awesome heavy metal band going at it in the public eye. What is your guys' take on this?
Man, I kind of feel like he's trying to bring the rap beefs into the metal world a little bit to sell more.
Right.
You know, kind of like trying to get noticed more, man. Kind of like he did with Eminem, dude. Like I feel like that's what he's trying to do, and I mean it's kind of smart, I guess. You know, like, but at the same time, nah, man, it's kind of weak. It's just kind of weak, you know.
He's put out one rock album, and I use that word lightly, rock. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm like, you don't come swinging at Slipknot like that. Like, I'm sorry, man. There's a whole heck of a lot more maggots out there than there are. I don't know what he calls his fans, but I tell you, right now, these Slipknot, their reach in this genre is so much further, than his. So I think that, I don't know if that was very smart to call those guys out. So especially being on at the same show, that's crazy.
Dude, the other thing though too, at the same time, man, is he shouldn't really be talking shit, because he should really just like hope that he's got the longevity that Slipknot has had, man, in his own career. Because I don't even want to really bag on him about his music, because really the only reason we're talking about him is because, one, he was successful in rap, maybe not to our taste or our likings, but he was successful in rap, and he's put out a successful rock album. That's the only reason we're really talking about him, you know. So I don't want to bag on him for his music, but yeah, man, he should respect what he's doing right now. Show a little bit more respect, and respect Slipknot's longevity, dude. I didn't even realize Corey Taylor was 47 years old. I had no idea.
I didn't know that either. Now, apparently, Corey Taylor appeared on Cutter's Rockcast, which is a podcast very much like our very own MalcoCast. And he basically said that he hates MGK, and he is quoted as saying, "I'm the worst old fogey dude shaking his cane ever. I hate everything. I hate all new rock for the most part. I hate the artists who failed in one genre and decided to go rock."
Hey, well, then who started it? Who started it?
Exactly. I don't really blame MGK, and I know I'm going to get some shade for this, but I don't really blame MGK for talking shit back. I mean, if you're going to go after somebody in a public venue like a podcast, and to be honest, I've never heard of the Cutters Rockcast, but if you're going to be out there talking shit in the public eye, you know, don't expect the person that you're talking shit about to remain silent.
Right.
So, I mean, was it a bad thing to do? Was it a bad look? Could he have turned the other cheek? Well, of course he could. But it's like you said, he comes from the rap world, and he's no stranger to beef. We know he beefed with Eminem, and we know that he was going back and forth with Eminem. And so, yeah, I mean, he could have been the bigger guy, but it's his image. He's got an image to uphold, right?
Right.
And it's totally a publicity stunt. I mean, you can see it. I mean, it's just the dude. I mean, as much as maybe I'm not. Actually, I don't know that I think I've listened to a good portion of his album, but I mean, obviously it's done well on the charts and with sales and streams and all that stuff. But I think he's just trying to ride the wave, you know. That's what I feel like. He's like, hey, I'm just gonna keep pumping the gas, you know, and see how far we can get this thing. So, I think Anthony said earlier, it's kind of smart. It's like, hey, you know what? While the irons are hot, man, just
Because what happens if Corey Taylor responds now? You know, like then it becomes like this whole, you know, like metal's not set up to do rap battles, dude. You know, like we don't do that shit, dude. Like,
oh well, I beg to differ, because look at Lars and Dave Mustaine and all of them. I mean,
but they don't like point out a lyric in a song, you know, like like that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's lame. And if they're beefing over stupid stuff, it's even lamer on both sides.
But
like,
how genuine is Corey Taylor being if he's saying that he hates everything and he hates all new music, but he was trying to get on MGK's album, and apparently the verse sucked so bad that MGK was just like, nah, bruh, I'm not even gonna mess with this.
Release
song.
Release it.
You know,
release it.
Right?
That's
Release it. If it's that bad, release it. Don't go on Twitter talking shit. Release it.
Is it a good?
Hey, but if he does, then if it gets streams, then he's got to pay him though.
Well, is it a good look though for somebody to just say I hate all new music? Because I mean, metal especially is stuck in the past. I mean, they don't give a chance to new artists, and it's like that with a lot of other genres too. But it's like you can get inspiration from the new stuff too, right? I mean, what do you guys think of that? You guys are musicians. Do you guys only listen to old stuff, or are you guys, you know, constantly listening to music for inspiration?
Well, I think, you know, unfortunately, a lot of it is that a lot of these bands that are coming out, if they're on labels, I feel like what labels are doing these days, they're just like, they go for that, they're looking for that sound that's selling. You know, they'll find that one band that's selling really well, and then what they do is they go out and they try and find 10 more bands that sound similar, and then they try to mold them into that just to kind of sound the same way, which that sucks. I mean, it's like just let bands do their own thing and be their own style, but I think you get a lot of that. So I think it is easy to look at all the new music out and you're like, well, that all sounds the same. It's like, it's what the heck,
For me, dude, like I listen to all the new music my old favorite bands put out.
I don't think that counts, Anthony. I mean, it does. I guess it does. I mean,
dude, seriously, dude, like I look for new bands, man, but it's really hard to find something that intrigues me. Like, like I'm just not a listen to one song kind of guy, dude. Like, if I'm going in, I'm going in, and So if it doesn't, like, one song may be great, dude, but if the rest of it doesn't catch me, I won't go back and listen to it. You know, like, so yeah.
Are there any
New music is hard for me, dude.
Are there any new bands that you guys are following that you guys think, yeah, man, these guys got it?
Uh,
I like
the
Fire
band
for
we
the
played at
Gods.
on Heath's birthday, man, they were the
Yeah.
Under Ego. They're young kids, man, and they're like, they had a lot of fire and a lot of spunk, dude. Like, and
So did Adam Lemon too.
Adam Lemon, they were great too.
Yeah.
They were
Yep.
great. Yeah, Adam Lemon, both bands were really, really solid. Yeah, I really enjoyed both of them.
I mean, if you're talking about bands that are, you know, I guess signed bands or whatever you want to say, that I mean, there's a few out there that like I like Fire from the Gods. I like Nothing More. Who else? There's a few bands out there that they have they have their own sound, and I do, you know, but it is a large majority of the new music. I'm like, I don't know, it all sounds the same to me.
Yeah. Well, we want to know in the comments what you guys think of MGK's comments and this little beef that he started with Slipknot. Did MGK overstep his credibility in the rock scene? Is this a publicity stunt? Whose side are you on? Why? Let us know in the comments. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. And, of course, don't forget to subscribe to the MalcoCast. And thank you guys very much for joining us. Do you guys have anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, well, like we were talking about those Under Ego and Ad Lemon for coming out and playing my birthday bash the other weekend. That was great. That was a lot of fun, and I appreciate them doing that.
Awesome.
I want to shout out Maddie, Heath, Yayo, Alan, Carlos, myself. You guys rock. Fucking love you guys.
And that's going to be it, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us again. Make sure you subscribe to the MalcoCast, and we'll see you next time. Peace.